Hello, my name is Brandon, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Armored Core 5, because no one seems to know how, and the manual sucks ass. Alright, first things first, left stick is to move your AC around, right stick is to aim, right trigger is to shoot your right gun, left trigger is to shoot your left. Alright, A is to jump, pretty basic stuff. Jumping automatically turns on your boosters, which can be triggered on and off by pressing left bumper. You always want to have your boosters on, so I recommend just either jumping in the start of the mission or pressing left bumper right from the get-go. Boosting is also very important. It's the only way to really dodge attacks in this game. Press X to boost in different directions while you're in the air or on the ground. And that pretty much explains most of the movement. The next thing you want to know is scan mode. So to go into scan mode, you click in the right thumbstick. Completely changes your view mode. While you're in this mode, you can see through walls if you have your recon unit deployed out. Like, you gotta send it out first. To deploy your recon unit, you press B. Depending on which one you have equipped, it'll do different things. There's a sticky that sends it out shooting in your direction, and then there's tracking, and there's another type which I really can't remember right now. Anyways, I use tracking because I'm a lightweight. It sticks with me. All you gotta do is press B, and the little thing comes up, and you can see through walls. Actually, I have a sticky equipped. Fuck, whatever. So you'll be able to see through walls when you deploy your recon, and this is extremely helpful. You always have to know when to put your stickies out and to see the other players. If you don't know where the other players are, you know, you're at a huge disadvantage. Next thing I want to go over is switching your weapons. Right now I only have 2 rifles equipped, but if I were to have another set of weapons equipped, all you have to do is hold Y, and press either right trigger and left trigger, and you'll switch weapons. Easy as that. Right bumper shoots your right shoulder unit, which most likely is going to be missiles or whatever else you put in it, but sometimes you don't even have a right shoulder unit, depending on what parts you have equipped. And I'll go over the parts later in this video, so you shouldn't have to worry too much about that. That covers most of the basic controls for now. There's no flying in this game. So you have to rely, if you notice, you have to rely on cover to get around. So you press A, you go up to a building, and you just press A to hop on a building. You'll start slowly decreasing, you can boost to another building, and then hold A, and it'll send you in a different direction. You can even hop off the sides of buildings to joust with other players and mess them up. That pretty much covers the basic controls. Now, I'm going to give you a suggestion on how to remap them. That's about it. Alright, from this screen, this is the world menu. To change your controls, you want to click left bumper to go into the workshop, and then go to the very bottom in settings. The reason to change this, well, let me just tell you what you're going to change. Go to boost on and off. Change this all the way to X. Fuck, where is it? I would go the wrong direction. Alright, so turn your boost on and off to X. High boost, you want to make, oh fucking left bumper. The reason for this is because you can't aim and shoot and high boost at the same time. Because you're going to have your right thumb on your right stick, most likely, most of the time. It's because you could put your finger on X while you aim. It's fucking difficult. You're going to have to be aiming and boosting at the same time. I feel like this control scheme works really well, and all the defaults are fine. But this is very important. I recommend changing this immediately. Apply settings, and you're good to go. Alright, so from this menu, you want to go back to the world menu by pressing right bumper. And now I'm going to explain to you about teams and territories. Teams are very important because gives you access to more parts, and depending on who's in it, you know, active members. It's the majority of the game is playing with your team and being online. To access your team menu, you want to put right bumper, and you go straight to your team menu. I can't exactly show you how to join a team right now, but there should be a join team option, and where you can type in a team name and ask to join them. Or you can make your own and just level it up. Once your team level, as you can see in the bottom left corner, gets 50, you'll have access to every part in the game, which really helps you build your AC. Anyways, about territories, there's going to be two types of territory missions. There's going to be start mission territory missions and conquest. Start mission gives you team points that allow you to do conquest points. You can't do conquest until you have a certain amount of team points. Depending on the level of your team, the cost is going to go higher and higher. The maximum cost to do one conquest mission is 180k team points. Now, I'm going to go back and explain start mission. This is where you get the team points. The best way that I've figured out to actually farm these team points is just pick any map. Pick any map. Click this icon, invasion mission. Go to obstructive tactics. Max out the stars. And have your whole team solo this mission. All you have to do is damage turrets. Now some territories are pretty heavily fortified, so you might get raped. So you can go in duos if you want. But if you get really good, it's a faster and more efficient way to get team points. Anyways, you can go, if you do have territories from Conquest, you can defend them also in this menu if they're not on fire. You see this territory right here we have? I could go defend this, and if we do win, the territory AP will go back to full, which is its health. Now, after you do a certain amount of missions, get as many team points as you can finally do a conquest mission. Conquest is basically gaining territory and, you know, spreading your little your bases everywhere. This is pretty much the main focus of the game. What you want to do is, first off, you want to get a territory, so you're going to have to go on an invasion mission. The way this works is you set a territory rating you want to aim for. The higher the AP, the more defense, the more turrets there's going to be there. So it's going to be hard to get to. There might be defenders. If there's a territory with 0 AP in the area, they might actually give you an AI team. So it's kind of random. The system is very random in what it gives you. But you could select it, or you could just meet up with another clan to target their defense territory. Alright, so what you want to do is just go on a normal invasion mission. Pick how many stars you want. You're not gonna be able to pick these ones until you get a higher team rating. And then just go invade. All you have to do is either kill the enemy ACs or kill helicopters. You have to kill these helicopters that are just sitting there. Stronghold mission. The only way you would want to do a stronghold mission on Conquest is if your territory AP is at 0. It'll start to set on fire. And you gotta go there. You gotta go to stronghold mission, and it's your last hope of getting it back all the way to full. This is the thing. If no one attacks your territory, you're not gonna be able to defend it. So you're pretty much screwed if someone doesn't attack. What we've done is we just kind of give up on fire territory. We try to defend for like a little bit, and if no one attacks us, or if we can't set up some sort of clan match for it, the territory is pretty much gone. So it's either you bolster your defenses by setting up turrets, or you just give up on it. Like I said, the territory system is a little complicated, but you get used to it. Alright, this next part is only for team leaders. So if you're not the leader of your team, you don't need to worry about it, but it is freaking important. You just go ahead and click right bumper to go to your team page, team menu. You go to, territory customization. And this way, the territories that you have captured by doing conquest missions, you can set up the turrets there. Some people like to just get rid of their territories, get rid of their turrets, like face their turrets away, or they like to heavily defend it. Me, personally, I throw turrets fucking everywhere. These motherfuckers aren't getting past. I recommend the Gwyn sniper cannons and the vertical missiles. Just throw them everywhere. And the power in the top right corner here, you gotta watch out not to go over or else it won't even save. So, you just place those wherever you want, get them in a good radius. People aren't gonna touch your base. They die fairly quickly though, so they're pretty fluffy. If you really want to keep your territories, this is a pretty good way to do it. Once you're done adding all these turrets in, just go to upload, and boom, it'll upload your territory. And that pretty much goes over turrets. That's all you need to do. Alright, so now that you're in a team, hopefully above level 50, you want to start to make your mech, because your AC is probably going to suck ass. Click left bumper and go into your Lego blocks. Go to assembly, and you can begin to make your mech. Right now, you've seen that I actually have made a mech for you. This is going to be a basic mech that I recommend just you try out, because it's pretty good mech. You can build all of these parts. Just if your team level is level 50, you'll be able to make this mech. So just keep that in mind. Right now, for weapons, some of the easiest weapons to use are the battle rifles. So go ahead and equip 2 of them. I'm just going to equip the junk battle rifle, but obviously you probably want to use a better one once you can buy them from the shop. You can test out different weapons to see which one you like. Alright, for your shoulder units, you can equip rockets. Any type of rockets, you can equip different things. Just scroll over, see what they do. I'm actually going to recommend the reserve magazines for now, so you have more ammo with your main guns. Ultimate weapons are ballsy weapons. Really fucking hard to use. Don't recommend them at all, because they're ridiculous. I mean, you can try them out when you get better at the game, but for now, stay the fuck away from them. Alright. These are the Bay units. These are your secondary weapons. Remember when I told you can switch weapons by holding Y and left trigger and right trigger? This is basically to switch out your weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some pistols on. Just throw some shitty pistols on. So you can have something to switch to if you actually do run out of ammo. But for now, just throw any handguns on there. Okay. Right now, I'm going to explain why I recommend these parts to you. Well, first of all, what you want to do is go to your head and just press Y. Now you're going to be like, holy shit, this menu is fucking complicated. What the fuck? Do not fret. Press select. It will tell you exactly what every stat means and what it does. In this video, I'm just going to go over the basics. Naturally, you want to have pretty high energy recovery. For light mechs, turning performance is extremely important, so you want to have high turning performance as well. AP at the top, basically your health, your HP. So you want to have a lot of health, but you want to keep it balanced between your weight and your energy recovery as well. You don't want your mech to be too heavy. Unless you're going heavy mech, you know. You can change it depending on your playstyle. Now, this is the rock, paper, scissors of this game. There's kinetic energy, which is basically any guns that shoot bullets. So, pistols, snipers, shotguns, anything of that sort. Rifles, they shoot bullets. This is kinetic energy defense, so you're going to be strong against those type of weapons. Chemical energy is rockets, anything that goes boom when it hits you. Pretty self-explanatory. Thermal energy defense, thermal energy is laser beams. You know, just fucking laser beams. Laser rifles, pulse guns, anything that shoots beams of light at your face. These are all very important to what your mech. So you need to, basically, you want to go for a little bit of everything, depending on your mech. If you're a lightweight, you know, it's not that big of a difference, because you're going to die pretty quickly anyways, but you still want a lot of defense of everything. Also, when you go into scan mode and you scan another player through a wall, it'll tell you all of this information. So you need to be able to change your weapon to their defense on the go. This is why I include battle rifles and handguns, okay? For your battle rifles, I don't recommend these junk parts. Just buy whatever rifle you want. Strakozas are a junk piece, the add-on part, which you can either get by pre-ordering the game or finding it in the scraps throughout the single player. But that's more advanced stuff on that later. You won't have this to start out. So I recommend just maybe even buying this junk piece and leveling up a little bit. I'm going to explain the weapon growth system later, which is also pretty freaking confusing. For now, just equip these battle rifles, give them a go. If you see your enemy has low chemical energy defense, you want to use these on them, because it'll tear straight through them. If you see the enemy has low kinetic energy, you want to switch to your handguns, and etc. That's basically the gist of defense and stuff. So I recommend to you these parts. These are just all well-rounded parts for a lightweight mech. You want to go press B, and you can see the different categories, so you can change your mech's defense around. But for now, I'm going to recommend to you the Roland head, which is under chemical energy resistance. For the core, you want to go kinetic energy resistance, and the UCR-10A is a very, very good core to go with. For your arms, recommend another kinetic energy resistant type, which is the Seons, which is pretty good. And you want to go medium bipedal. You want to go for the Shastas, which is a pretty decent medium. Or if you want to go a little bit faster, you can get rid of some of your pistols, maybe your ammo, and go with the lightweight. But right now, just recommend the ULG 20 Shastas. And of course, there are many different types of legs depending on your playstyle. Reverse joints allow you to jump higher, which is pretty important depending on which weapon you're using in some situations. Tetrapod gives you more stability in the air and when you're sniping. Tanks are just invincible, and they're slow. So depending on what playstyle you want, you can switch all those out. Because the legs are honestly the most important part of your mech. FCS. This is your aiming reticle. A lock-on size, I'm going to go ahead and recommend you the wide angle, the KV2T2, which has the highest lock-on size of any FCS in the game. This is, when you first start out, it's going to be a pretty easy starting FCS. Because you really don't need to aim that much. The reticle is huge. It's bigger than the freaking circle. Once you get better at the game, I recommend going to the Quick Lock UFC 11 Glance, which has a smaller lock-on size, but better everything else. This is only when you get better, so don't worry about that. For the generators, this is a high output generator. This will allow you to get energy faster if you boost around. Use the UGN 71 LWs, which is pretty decent. I recommend. For your boosters, use high acceleration UBT 25 Gales. Pretty damn good. Now, this is the recon unit. This is the one that you go into scan mode, you can see through walls. This is very important, like I said, throughout the whole entire game. You almost always want to be in scan mode until you engage someone, which I'm going to explain later. Tracking types. These are the ones I recommend you a tracking type, because these you pop and you forget about them. They follow you everywhere. These ones is the URD 36 Mentor. So this one is very good. You press B, remember, to shoot out your recon unit, and then you'll be able to run around and just see any enemies that get close through your walls. You'll be able to engage them, see their weaknesses, etc. This includes the end of my AC building tutorial. This AC is pretty decent, so I hope you have a good time with it. I'm going to show you how to go fast in a second here, but that's about it for this section. Now that you've built your AC, you can change the paint, the name, and what you want to do is save your AC. So go to AC data. Go to the very bottom. New design, A, saved. There you go. So your new AC is finally saved, ready to go. If you want to buy parts and you haven't already, you can do so in the shop. but I'm not going to explain that because it's pretty self-explanatory. You go in there, buy your parts, equip them on your AC. Now, if you want to test out your AC, go to AC Test. Go to Settings, and pick Target 4. This is the basic AC that you're going to be fighting. Honestly, it's better than a lot of people online, so you might have a hard time beating his ass. Even I get right by him sometimes. He pulls shits out of nowhere. So anyways, start test, and I'm going to show you some advanced stuff on how to go fast. Alright, so now I'm going to show you some advanced stuff. If you remap your controls, like I said before, X will be to start out, and every match you want to start out using X. Going into scan mode, which you're going to be right-clicking your left, and of course shooting at your recon. You need to scan your enemy as soon as you can to find out his weaknesses. To scan him, just look at him for a certain amount of time. This depends on your headpiece, how fast it scans, and some other factors as well. You'll be able to see all of his defenses by just right when you scan him, you click right trigger. You'll be able to see all of his weaknesses. You see that this enemy, which AC is actually better than most players online, has a fuckload of kinetic energy resist. So you just don't use your pistols on him at all, because your pistols are kinetic. You want to use your battle rifle. So luckily he's weak to chemical energy. As you see, he only has 400 something CE. Switch to your battle rifles. Scan mode you always want to be in because it almost quadruples your energy regen, but you cannot shoot. You should only be out of scan mode when you engage. I cannot stress how important this is because it seriously makes your energy regen goes to stupid amounts. Alright, so now when you do finally engage your enemy, you're ready to go. You can either jump off of a wall or high boost or overboost at them. Overboost is something I forgot to cover, so I'm going to cover it right now. When you don't have a lot of cover and you want to engage your enemy, you want to go pretty fast, all you got to do is click in your left thumbstick while you're moving, and you'll start to overboost. And you can go very, very, very fast, as you can see. But it drains almost all of your energy. So you got to make sure you have a plan to get back behind cover quickly. See, if you're in an open map, that might not be the best idea. The way I normally engage is I get to a wall, you jump, press A to jump, go up to a wall, and I hold right and A, and you'll hop off of the wall. If you want to practice this, you can go up to a wall and already holding A, and you'll automatically hop off of it, like that. Anyways, you see the wide FCS I gave you. It's really easy to hit people. You want to aim at them as long as you can within the FCS. It'll eventually lock on, so your bullets will always hit them. Before that, you're going to have to manually aim. But it locks on fairly quickly, so you shouldn't have that much of a problem. This follows the advanced controls. There are some more stuff, but I'll go over it later.
Ready, baby.
Today, I'm going to show you guys how to be an operator. So, me and our team, say hello, team. Everybody say hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright,
Hi.
we're going to go on a conquest mission, or at least try. So we're going to go in the most populated area, unfortunately, the abandoned facility. We're going to do a low-stake invasion mission, see if we get anybody. Alright, everybody get in here. Rendezvous, quickly. Just anybody, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be operator for this mission, so it's like whatever. We need one more person. There you go.
Oh.
Also, if you have someone with yellow or blue, I think it is, that means their NAT is moderate or strict, and they should probably fix their internet. Open their ports somehow. Okay, so in this screen, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself operator because I'm the leader. The leader will decide the operator. Since I'm the operator and the leader places the markers. So you want to place markers all around the map, so it's easier to tell your teammates, communicate with your teammates where the enemy is going. Oh my god, stop spamming markers. Okay. So we typically just put them on the helicopter points, or you can put them in the middle, it doesn't matter. Preference on your operator, aka leader. Or leader, yeah, just the leader. Positioning isn't all that important, but you can mess with it. You can change where they spawn, or how they appear in the menu. If you have a weird mech and it's like a surprise, you want to put it at the very end because they won't see it. To change your AC in this menu, you go to AC data. You can load up any AC you want. Since I'm operator, it really doesn't matter because I'm not using an AC. You don't use an AC when you're operator. You're in a top-down view, telling your teammates where the enemy is and what to do in that certain situation. That's your job as an operator. So you load up your AC. Holy crap, long load time. You can change your AC in this menu while you're waiting. You can go to assembly, change your parts, stuff like that. But for now, I'm just going to leave it. You see my load is overweight. I'm going to show you what I do in the start of the round. Well, actually I won't, because I'm not playing. Here you go. But I purge those so I can go fast. Because you got to go fast. Holy shit! It's not really an emergency.
War were declared.
It's not really an emergency. We're fighting our own clan.
Oh, crap.
You gotta go fast. That's the problem. They would pick tanks. Those dicks. Oh, wait, that's you. You're a dick. Wow. Okay. So this is the screen you're gonna see when you first get into a team battle, pretty much. Oh yeah, you're outnumbered because they didn't pick an operator. What a dick. Whatever.
Yeah, we're dead.
Don't worry, I'm the best operator ever. I will show you. So this is your screen as an operator. What you want to do is you want to place recons where you think the enemy is going to spawn. Or be. And you got to communicate to your team where they are. So you can also read their resistances by scanning them. Just spam recon units using clicking in the left trigger. And you can scan people. Target them by looking at them and pressing the left trigger. And you can mark them for your teammates. Guys, put on your recon units so I can see. Be sure to tell your team to press B so you can get more sight. Alright, number 2, that's where he is. You can mark him, and then you can press right trigger, and you can scan them for their weaknesses. He's weak to thermal energy. He's really weak to thermal energy, and he's a little weak to kinetic. 39 is right behind him. Watch out. He's really very weak to, wow, nice.
Obliterated.
He's really weak to thermal. This guy at 33. I marked him for you. If that marking type doesn't work, you can press, well, on Xbox it's A, B, X, and Y. So you can press B and just spam B, and it'll give your team different coordinates if you think that's where they are. Or you can just mark them by pressing left stick. Nice job, nice job. And be sure to keep on putting recon units everywhere. And tell your team, remind your shitty teammates to press B every 2 seconds so I can see what's going on around them. Thank you. That's pretty much the tutorial on how to be an operator. What you do is look for stuff. You see enemy resistances. If you see someone rushing, you tell someone to, you tell your whole team to move in on them if they push too far. But it looks like this guy's hiding. So that concludes the operator tutorial. Good luck. And operators are extremely important. If you roll without one, honestly, good luck. Because they're a huge team asset. And that's about it. Now that you know most about the game, I'm going to go over something a little more complex, but just as important. There's a hidden system in this game that not a lot of people know about. It's called a weapon growth system. You may have noticed that when you use a weapon, the performance bar goes up. Now, depending on what you spec it in, it'll grow differently. But there's more to it than that. Let's say you buy your battle rifles. You're like, oh, I'll just pick the Podencos. You can spec them in whatever you want. Different weapons have different percentages of growths, so you might want to look that up. So far, the only place I've been able to look it up is the Japanese wiki, so that might be the best bet. For these, I'm just going to put them specialized and rapid fire. I usually always pick specialized, but you can pick, again, whatever you want. So I'm going to buy these. Spec them in rapid fire. Alright, so the reason for this is that I want to get the perfect battle rifles. So I'm gonna buy a few. I'm gonna buy quite a few. And I'll buy three for each hand. Just to show you exactly what you're gonna want to do. Go to assembly. Equip your brand new battle rifle. Again, the performance bar should be empty when you do this, because this is the whole point of doing this. You wanna make a perfect weapon, and the only way to find it out is to test it. And the only way to test it, I'll show you in a second. Equip all of your battle rifles, all of them. If you have to equip heavier legs, so be it. And you can do this for any weapon, mind you. Now, back out. Go back into the world. Right bumper. Now, you can do one of two missions that are very, very fast. After you've done all the order missions, I recommend either doing this one in the mining sector, Order Mission 11, which is very fast. These are very early order missions. Just killing ACs really fast. And I'll explain why. Or, you can go to the Marine Facility and do Order Mission 6, which is also ridiculous fast. For this, I'm going to go ahead and do Order Mission 6, just to show you what you need to do. AC Flamefly will be the mission. Go to Start Briefing. Go ahead and start it. Then finish it, and then come back. Okay, so after you've completed the mission, exit out of the screen. Just press 8. And you want to check your guns. So, if you're farming, the fastest way to do this is to go to Start Mission again. Same place. Confirm. Start Briefing. And now you can check your weapon growths in the assembly. This is how I'm going to explain it to you. There are 3 different types of weapons you can get. You can either get a 7, an 8, or a 9. These numbers are how many missions it takes to max out the performance bar. A 9 is the highest possible growth and are usually the best weapons you can get, because they have more growths than all of them. After 1 growth, you can tell how good a weapon is because of its stats. It's going to go up the same every single level. So what you want to aim for is 9s. To tell if a weapon is a 9... Oh! See, I got a 9 right here. It's going to be exactly like that. As you see, the performance bar after 1 mission is smaller than this one. This is probably a 7 or an 8. So we want to sell this. Just unequip it and sell it. Get rid of it, because it's no good. Any other weapons you have right now past this point, you might also want to sell and redo if you want to min-max all your weapons. So this is a 9. It's going to be almost exactly 1 bar. Okay? So you want to keep track of these. You want to keep all of these, and then after you're done farming a lot, see I got another 9, you can compare them, and another one. Fuck, I'm lucky. So you want to compare them and tell which one is the best. So right now, I can compare these two and see, well, I was going for rapid fire. So this 63 is always going to be faster, maxed out, than this one, that's 64. So if I'm going for the fastest reload time, which reload time is pretty good for BRs, I just sell this one and keep this one. That's how the weapon system, growth system works. If you want the perfect weapon, just keep on running these until you finally get it. And just re-equip. I should have bought more battle rifles, but basically go down the list and equip new ones. And if I had more, I'd re-equip the ones that are blank, but I don't. So you want to equip some more battle rifles, some new brand ones. You basically keep on going through them to see which ones are the best, which ones are the strongest. You can get some pretty ridiculous weapons and be ahead of everyone else if you trade with them. Again, like I said, different weapons scale differently. But for battle rifles, I recommend rapid fire. Rapid fire is pretty damn good. And that's it for the weapon growth system. Alright, that concludes my tutorial. I hope you learned how to play Armored Core 5. It's a very complex game, but hopefully this made it a little easier for you. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Say goodbye, team, bye-bye.
Bye, don't shake the baby.
Don't shake the fucking baby, motherfuckers.
Don't play with people whose colors are yellow and their nap sucks.
Or
Motherfucker got fucked up 'cause he got in the way. System in jeopardy. Not a lot of things to say. Motherfucker got in the way.
They're rushing us.
Motherfucker got fucked
Go,
up
go,
'cause
fucking
he
get
got
him!
in
Oh my
the
god, I'm dead.
Get him.
What the fuck just hit?
Motherfucker got fucked up 'cause he got in the way. Not a lot of things to say.
Oh my god, there's so many turns.
Motherfucker
Boom,
got
dead,
in
one-shotted.
the way. Motherfucker got fucked up 'cause he got in the way.
Unknown unit has connected.
He must be in a lot of
Recommending AC damage.
Ah!
be doing that again. Motherfucker got fucked
Oh,
up
what the
'cause he
fuck?
got
Damage has
Oh my.
Motherfucker got
There he
fucked
is.
up 'cause he got in the way. Not a lot of things to say. Still, motherfucker got in the way. Still, motherfucker got fucked up 'cause he got in the way.
has connected. Recommending immediate termination of use.
What the hell happened?
Victory is mine!
Where's that
Termination of use.
Alright, there we go.
I'm feeling kinda crazy like a psycho.
Hey guys. Like 3 Giga missiles to kill like a group of enemies. No.
Motherfucker got fucked up 'cause he got